Hokkaido is that iconic place from ski movies and bucket lists, a tiny island buried under deep snowbanks and towering volcanoes. This isn't about a group of friends traveling there, but a story about the mightiest road trip of all. Whoa, what was that? On the way out, they spotted a submarine of sorts. A slim roofline floated along the tops of the snowbanks. The mini truck was rolling back to the barn as they struggled to gain a look. They locked eyes before he disappeared in a flash. He's seen skiers everywhere each winter and wondered what mountains they come from, what sort of winters they get back home. Mighty couldn't take another sleepless night wondering what was out there, beyond the borders of his farm, the island. He revved up his engine, found the port, and set sail as a trans-Pacific stowaway. Mighty was hopefully headed east to experience the American West. For some number of days or weeks, he rocked along at sea until news crackled out of the silence. Good morning, Oakland. It's 63 degrees with some light fog, but you can expect another beautiful California day. Mighty took a moment to steady his courage and his sea legs, then set off down the wrong side of the road, grateful to have the horizon as his compass. Day became night as he was dazzled by the brightest lights of the biggest little city. This place has a way of pulling you in, but he knew his luck was better spent down the road. The country expanded across the loneliest highway. Soon a great desert appeared, and sandstone cliffs filled the skyline. He pushed onwards through the dust and the heat, running his tiny engine to the brink of exhaustion. Mighty kept it pointed towards the Rockies, for there must be snow. As darkness fell, the snow stacked as deep as his home. One by one, his 3 cylinders began to succumb to the weight of winter. The Rockies. Nestled in at 8,000 feet, Mighty had followed his heart right back to those friends, who he now desperately needed to help dig himself out. Snow was a good sight for his tired eyes, and he was eager to see how the town embraced it, once they emerged from the season's largest storm, that is. Lap after lap, storm after storm, Mighty became a part of the community, lending a hand or a ride, wherever he could, or patiently waiting while chaos unfolded. The days grew longer and his friends were losing the plot a bit. The snow was getting heavier and he felt ready to expand his borders yet again, to see what was above town. As memories of winter melted away, they all yearned for a return to the high country. They poked their heads above the fresh aspens in search of inspiration. Before setting off, Mighty would need a few preparations. With an assortment of scraps, they cut, stitched, chopped, sanded, and screwed together a plan to ready him for a final chase of snow. The next day would be the town's annual parade, and one grand unveiling. Now as a little camper, they were all set to find the last lines of winter. The parade took a turn and Mighty pinned it straight. He was finally on his way with those he found many months and many miles ago. They rattled up to tree line. The air thinned and Mighty's engine revved to its limits as his dreams became a reality. He'd found the end of his road, and his friends, their beginning. They searched their way higher on a hunch of what might be left to ride. It's easy to let the magic of snow fade as the warm months drag on, but leave it to gravity to rekindle a desire for winters to come. They slid and smiled and reveled in the joy that brought them all together in the first place. Bright-eyed and eager, they crossed the water as Mighty had done to find this place. In search of expanding the borders of his map even so slightly for the pursuit of the new and the snow and the faces he'd meet along the way. It was a worthy way to soak up the last of summer before home beckoned, and his heart yearned. That night at camp, as everyone drifted off to sleep, Mighty began to feel the call of Hokkaido. A few months from now, the first flakes would fall in the shadows of Japan's volcanoes. He knew it was time to pack up these memories and hit the road. Soon, it would be winter again. And perhaps his friends would follow.
Please, oh please, won't you stick around? I don't wanna say goodbye when the sun goes down. I wanna keep you close, wanna hold you tight. I don't ever wanna say goodnight, won't you stick around?